So, you're here. Shakespeare, right? The big name? But what if I told you there was a whole wild scene before him? A crew of writers, think of them as the original Avengers of English drama, who set the stage for everything that followed. These were the pioneers, scribbling away in drafty rooms, fueled by questionable ale and even more questionable life choices. Their words, their plots, their sheer audacity. Without them, Shakespeare might have just been a poetic glovemaker's son. We're diving into the lives of 6 English dramatists from the late 16th century, the unsung legends who made the golden age of English theatre possible. And yes, your guide through this literary romp is a woman. Feels right, doesn't it? So, grab a metaphorical pint, settle in, and meet the chaotic, brilliant older siblings of the literary world. Let's get to know the real trailblazers, literally. First up, John Lyly, the man who made English prose strut in ruffles and bows. Lyly's signature, euphuism, a style so ornate it's like reading a verbal labyrinth of antithesis and mythological similes. His book Euphues was the Elizabethan must-read. Everyone at court tried to talk like his characters. Lyly wrote for exclusive boy companies, crafting witty, sophisticated plays for the elite. Campaspe, for example, is all clever wordplay and elegant banter, perfect for impressing courtiers. He showed English could be dazzling, not just functional. Lyly's influence? He made it cool for writers to be extra, to polish language until it gleamed. He wasn't about raw emotion. He was about the perfect phrase, the intellectual sparkle. His plays were a theatre of the mind, designed to tickle the intellect. The boy companies he wrote for, choir boys performing intricate allegorical scripts, delicate, magical and new. Euphuism faded, but Lyly's legacy stuck. He elevated English prose and comedy, setting a precedent for wit and sophistication. Even if you never read Euphues, know that Lyly made English fabulous. He set the stage for the sparkling dialogue of later comedies. So, hats off to John Lyly, the man who made words shine. Bless him. Next, George Peele, the bohemian showman of the bunch. Peele was a master of spectacle, creating lavish pageants for London's big events, full of allegory and visual flair. His play The Arraignment of Paris is a pastoral gem shepherds, goddesses and lyrical verse, all designed to charm the court and flatter Queen Elizabeth. Peele's real gift? Painting pictures with words? His language was sweet, melodious and vivid. He could do romance, biblical drama, even history. Versatility was key in a theatre world still finding its feet. Peele embodied the romanticized image of the Elizabethan playwright, brilliant, broke, and always ready with a poetic line. His contribution? He brought lyricism and spectacle to English drama, showing that plays could be beautiful as well as entertaining. He made poetic language an art form on stage. Peele was a poet first, dramatist second, but the combination was magic. He gave English theatre grace, artistry, and a love of grand imagery. So while he may not have been the deepest, Peele's artistry deserves a bow. He painted with words long before special effects, and for that, he's unforgettable. Enter Robert Greene, the talented hot mess of the group. Greene churned out plays, pamphlets, and romances at breakneck speed, mixing magic, comedy, and a dash of chaos. His best-known play, Friar Bacon and Friar Bungay, is a wild ride of love, sorcery, and talking brass heads. Greene was also a pamphlet king, exposing London's underworld in sensational true crime style. But he's most famous for his rivalry with Shakespeare, calling him an upstart crow in a bitter pamphlet as his own star faded. Greene's groat's worth of wit is a dramatic, self-pitying deathbed warning to his fellow playwrights, part confession, part literary gossip. He lived fast, wrote faster, and burned out young. Greene's real legacy: he helped shape romantic comedy, created lively female characters, and brought gritty realism to the stage. He was versatile, writing everything from charming romances to gritty pamphlets. Greene's energy and sharp social commentary made the London theatre scene vibrant and unpredictable. He was complicated, jealous, and brilliant, a key figure in making English drama exciting. Even if Shakespeare overshadowed him, Greene's mark is indelible. He made theatre messy, lively, and real, the original upstart. Before the upstart crow. Poor Robert, but unforgettable. Meet Thomas Nash, the literary bad boy with a razor-sharp pen. Nash was a master satirist, pamphleteer and provocateur, never afraid to offend. His only surviving play, Summer's Last Will and Testament, is a witty, melancholic pageant about the passing of seasons, full of lyrical bite. But Nash's real fame came from pamphlet wars, vicious, hilarious print battles with rivals like Gabriel Harvey. His prose is wild, inventive and relentless. Reading Nash is like being caught in a linguistic whirlwind. He wrote The Unfortunate Traveller, a violent, satirical romp that's sometimes called England's first picaresque novel. Nash attacked hypocrisy and pretension, wielding satire as a sledgehammer. He pushed English prose to new heights, flexible, dynamic and electrifying. His drama output was small, but his influence on satire and prose was huge. Nash made literature a contact sport, exciting, dangerous and unforgettable. He injected adrenaline into the literary scene, not always pleasant but always thrilling, the bad boy of Elizabethan letters. Sometimes you need a sledgehammer. And Nash delivered. Now, Thomas Lodge, the Renaissance multitasker writer, poet and physician. Lodge started as a literary man writing pamphlets, poetry and plays, but later became a doctor. Talk about a career pivot. His most lasting claim to fame, Rosalind, a pastoral romance that Shakespeare transformed into As You Like It. Lodge's story became the foundation for one of Shakespeare's most beloved comedies. Rosalind is full of love-lorn shepherds, disguises and Arcadian bliss, a charming if meandering read. As a dramatist, Lodge co-wrote A Looking Glass for London and England, a moralistic play tackling the sins of the city. Much of his solo dramatic work is lost or disputed, but his versatility was typical of the era's writers. Lodge later converted to Catholicism, studied medicine abroad, and returned as a practicing physician. He represents the blend of literary ambition and practical reality, writing what's sold, then seeking stability elsewhere. His adaptability was his strength. Most importantly, he gave Shakespeare one of his best plots. Lodge may not have been the flashiest, but his influence is undeniable, the doctor dramatist who left a quiet but lasting mark. Sometimes the supporting act shapes the headliner. And now, the rock star Christopher Marlowe. Marlowe took blank verse and made it thunder. His mighty line changed English drama forever. His heroes, Tamburlaine, Dr. Faustus, were titans, driven by ambition and doomed by their flaws. Tamburlaine was a sensation, epic, exotic and explosive. It redefined what theatre could be. Marlowe invented the overreacher as tragic hero, tackling themes of power, conquest and human aspiration. Dr. Faustus delved into the dark allure of forbidden knowledge. Its soliloquies still chill audiences today. Marlowe's characters had psychological depth and inner conflict, groundbreaking for the time. His other works, like The Jew of Malta and Edward II, pushed boundaries and explored complex villains and kings. Marlowe's life was as dramatic as his plays. Rumoured spy, mysterious death, endless conspiracy theories. Was he assassinated? Did he fake his death? The mystery only adds to his legend. His influence on Shakespeare is unmistakable. Shakespeare learned from Marlowe's verse, ambition and tragic heroes. Marlowe was the trailblazer. Shakespeare ran with the torch. Without Marlowe, English tragedy would be a lot less thrilling. He gave drama muscle, poetry and danger. The phenomenon who made audiences hold their breath. Short life, colossal impact. The Golden Age's brightest, most dangerous star. Marlowe lit the way. And the what-ifs make him irresistible. There you have it. 6 extraordinary talents who tilled the soil for Shakespeare's mighty oak. Lyly's fancy prose, Peele's poetic pictures, Green's comedies and envy, Nash's satirical sledgehammer, Lodge's Rosalind, and Marlowe's tragic fire. They experimented, pushed boundaries, and made English theatre matter. They weren't just footnotes, they were the vibrant, vital foundation of a golden age. Dive into their works, strange, challenging, but always illuminating. Discover the eccentric extended family behind your favourite literary superstar. Go on, give them a read. You might be surprised.
Hey there. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to stay updated with all my latest content, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update.